don't know what NFC tags are. Come on, let's fix that. Hello everyone, and welcome to this new video on the Freed's Dreams 106 channel. Today folks, we have a slightly different video because it's not strictly focused on 3D printing, but rather on a gadget for nerds, let's now say for tech enthusiasts, the NFC tag. I'm holding the necklace because I've actually embedded, let's say, an NFC tag in the necklace, which in its simplest form is really just a little disc in this case. You can also find it in card form, just like a credit card, or even as stickers, so you can stick them wherever you need. It's a really neat little tool, and with this video I hope to spark your curiosity and maybe give you some ideas on how to use it, because you can really do a ton of things with it. So let's start right away by explaining what an NFC tag is. Well, an NFC tag is a chip, basically a circuit that has memory. This memory can be read out and written to, okay? And it can be read by any NFC reader, which is available on today's smartphones. But you can also write to it using dedicated applications, and in just a moment we'll see how to do that. So this circuit is really, really interesting. It has memory basically, where we can store all kinds of data. These tags are widely used in the financial sector, but by now they also play a very important role in the world of home automation. So without further ado, let me show you right away how to use them. Here we are on the phone, in this case not on the computer, to see exactly how to write and read an NFC tag. So I'll take a blank one and show you exactly how to do it. The first thing is to activate the reader, because otherwise we basically can't do anything. So you can either go to the phone's shortcuts up here and activate NFC, or you can also go into settings, type NFC in the search bar, and enable this option. Okay, very simple. Now I'll show you how to use these two applications to do a few things with your tag. NFC Tools is obviously a free application, and it's very intuitive and simple, which is why I really like it and recommend it to you. And in fact, I'll be showing you this tutorial, let's say, using this application. So what do we do? As soon as we open it, it asks us to bring an NFC tag close. We do that. Remember that you need to check where your reader is located, because, for example, mine is near the camera. If you put the tag here, it will never read it, basically. Okay? So, take a moment to look for it. Now, you see that it gives us a whole series of information, okay, about the tag. For example, the type, the serial number, whether it's password protected or not, writable. And finally, it tells us that it's an empty tag, so there's nothing inside. We can write whatever we want to it. So now we can go to the writing section and actually have fun creating the information we need to put on our tag. Let's click on our add field, and you'll see that a whole list of information appears that we can communicate and write to our tag. The first one is just simple text. For example, as the app suggests, I'll write hello. To write to the NFC tag, all we have to do is click on write, bring the tag. We want to write the information to close. And it will say writing complete if the process was successful. If, as happened to me, it doesn't work out, just try again. So now if we exit the app and bring the tag close, you see that. It opens a new screen and says hello. Okay. Text is often used by people, for example, for medical conditions, I don't know, blood type, by any specific allergies. It can be useful for those around us, especially if we're traveling. So actually you can really get creative. You can add notes, you can do all sorts of different things. To delete information you don't want, just click on it and simply select delete. As you can see, you can also duplicate or edit it. Now let's look at a few more options though. There's URL, which is a very useful link. For example, in the case of a website. So I'll add mine. Let's write. And you see that it opens it directly in Google, so it's super, super convenient. This is a fantastic method to, well, promote yourself. If someone asks you for your website, I'd say this is the fastest way to share it with them. Let's continue. And look at other possibilities, other alternatives. There's UnitLink. UnitLink is an alternative to Link.de for those who are familiar with it. These sites allow you to gather a whole series of other links into a single link. Said like that, it sounds strange, but it's actually much simpler than it seems, because for example, I have a Link.de in my necklace that contains all the sites I'm interested in, and you can see that it opens the link directly in Google, or in someone else's case, it could be another default search engine. And I put the website, the two websites, the two YouTube channels, put Instagram, Twitter, and all the links I was interested in. So it's very, very convenient for those who have, well, multiple sites to share. It's super handy. In fact, if you don't want to use Link.de, you can also use the alternative offered by this app, which is hit link, and it works pretty much the same way. Anyway, let's move on and look at some other very interesting options. For example, social network is really, really convenient because instead of having to enter the entire link, you can simply put your username and it automatically generates the information, the link, okay? And you see, it takes me straight to my Instagram page without having to find the exact link myself. As you can see, there's a whole range of social networks. I'd say it's pretty well stocked. But we can also add, for those who publish videos, for example, YouTube, there's Vimeo, there's Dailymotion, platforms that are specialized in this area. We can add a file path, but applications, email. This one, for example, is really nice. Contact, this is also very, very useful, but for work situations. Because you have all the information right here, contact name, company, address, phone, email, and website. Very, very useful. Then we have a whole range of other things, for example, location, which is also nice. I don't know, your home address, the location of a restaurant or the business you have. There's a whole range of other options that you can check out yourself if you're interested. And there's also, for example, emergency information, which is kind of what I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Here they give you a template to fill out, which is really, really, really interesting. Finally, something a bit nerdy is this Wi-Fi network option, where you can add your network details. And it's a very geeky way to let someone access your network. For example, if guests come over and ask for your Wi-Fi details, you just give them the tag and you're all set. So those were the options in NFC tools. But now, as you can see up here, there's also the tasks section. It does require you to download NFC tasks to use that section, but actually you won't do anything here unless you want to get the Pro version. Honestly, I haven't bought it, so I haven't tried it yet, so I can't really say whether I recommend it or not, but maybe you can check out the information here and see if it might interest you. The images and voices it makes available to you, basically. So let's go back to NFC tools. And on the task section, instead of add actions, we can see what it offers us. As you can see here too, we have a whole list of options. For example, there's manage your network, and some things have the Pro label because they're available in the 349 version. Sounds and music is really nice in the sense that you can adjust the ringtone volume, music, alarms. It's kind of cool in my opinion. You can also adjust, for example, the screen, but we also have configuration options, for instance. If you want to set the sound to silent, vibration only, or even with notification sound. Do not disturb mode, create an alarm. This one is really nice in my opinion. And well, a stopwatch, this is also really nice. So it's a whole series of settings. And if we go to various, there are some interesting little things. For example, there's write an email, create a tweet, open geolocation. But there's also, for instance, a pop-up event. If you're organizing an event, you go here, enter all the information, and it will create a pre-reminder for the other person. Very, very quick and nice in my opinion. And it's comfortable. Then you see, for example, here we can play back a text vocally. It's pretty cool, really. And then we have all these things here for SMS, for calls. Well, there are quite a lot of features. The conditions are also very interesting. So you see, for example, we can schedule and set certain conditions like 1 day a month. Okay, good. 1 day a month, perform the following activities. And in this case, it's text to be played back vocally. As I mentioned, for example, I included it in my necklace, and it's a really nice way to promote yourself. I brought it to Form Next, and I also made a video about it. I'll leave it up here for you. Yes, the video came out a few months after Form Next. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and if so, I invite you to leave a like below and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future content. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.